the court has adjourned to Saturday, December 4, to give a ruling on the mandamus application filed by the New Patriotic Party regarding parliamentary elections in some disputed 4 constituencies. These 4 constituencies, 3 in the Greater Accra region and 1 in the Bono region, have come under contention regarding the parliamentary results. And so the court has set January 4, 2025 to give its ruling on the mandamus application by the New Patriotic Party. However, the court earlier dismissed the NDC's preliminary objection to the powers of the court to hear this mandamus application by the NPP. My colleague Hansen Ajiman was in court for us. He is joining us to run us through or give us a summary of the 6-hour hearing and basically who the various actors are, the interested parties are, and what exactly transpired in court today.
Lawyers for the NPP argued that the Electoral Commission should be compelled to complete the collation of results in the affected constituencies. Gary Numakon, leading the team of lawyers for the NPP candidates, stated that the EC had failed to complete the collation process between December 8, 2024 and January 1, 2025. Describing this delay as unreasonable, Numako emphasized that constituents in these areas have a right to know the results and the winning candidates. He further argued that while the NDC claims declarations were made in the affected constituencies, there is no evidence to support this assertion. Addressing video evidence presented in court, Numako contended that the purported declaration in Tama Central was made by an individual other than the returning officer, which constitutes a breach of the law. Nimako cited Regulation 43 of CI 127, which stipulates that results must be documented on Forms 1C and 1D of the Electoral Commission. He argued that the absence of these forms in the exhibits corroborates the claim that proper declarations were not made. He also noted that the Electoral Commission itself acknowledged the declarations were made without completing the collation of polling station results. The Electoral Commission, represented by Justin Aminuvo, supported the NPP's application and urged the court to order it to complete its duty. Aminuvo conceded that the collation processes in the affected constituencies remained incomplete. He warned that failure to issue such an order could set a dangerous precedent, potentially enabling unlawful interference in future elections. Meanwhile, lawyers for the NDC candidates opposed the application. Godwin Ediji Tameklo, representing the NDC, argued that a prerequisite for granting a mandamus is a demand that has been refused. He maintained that no such demand has been made in this case. Tameklo further referenced the video evidence, asserting that it indicated a declaration had already been made in the Tema Central case. According to him, any challenge to the validity of this declaration should be pursued through a petition, not a mandamus. The court's ruling on January 4, 2025 is expected to clarify the legal obligations of the Electoral Commission and the procedures for resolving electoral disputes in the affected constituencies.
So those were some chanting and singing by excited NDC supporters here at the High Court. The excitement quite evident here at the High Court. Well, after 6 hours of sitting today, the court has set January 4, 2025, which is a Saturday, to give its ruling on the mandamus application by filed by the New Patriotic Party, the NPP, to have the EC collate results or conclude collation of results in these 4 disputed constituencies, 3 of them in the Greater Accra region. The NDC's Director of Legal Affairs, Godwin, let's attempt to speak to him. Well, we can understand, since the court is yet to pronounce its ruling, they are yet to speak to us. You're short at what you can hear. Some NDC supporters singing there. Well, you can hear supporters of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, singing and chanting here. I think we see the Ablekuma North parliamentary candidate for the party here. Let's attempt to get a word from him.
Delay is not denial. I mean, we were all in the courtroom. It's been 6 hours of sitting. And no matter how the NPP decide to twist and turn issues, we are all privy to events. So I have no doubt that the will of the people will still stand. God
will give us. Are you satisfied with arguments raised on your behalf?
Our council is doing a brilliant job. He's doing a brilliant job. I mean, the whole team are doing a brilliant job.
Thank you very much. NDC's parliamentary candidate for Ablekuma North. We have the parliamentary candidate for Kaikwe Central, Baba Sadiq, here. Let's hear from him as well.
The EC, the returning officer or the EC can't just unilaterally decide to declare just a few polling stations instead of the total polling stations. There was a particular reason. What was the particular reason? When we sat together with our opponents, together with the EC officials, and went through it polling station by polling stations, both of us, all of us, identified that the 31 polling stations, there was a challenge. What was the challenge? The challenge was that figures had been swapped, and that was the point that we made. I have made the point severally that we don't create pink sheets. The pink sheets that's given to us, it's from the EC. And so there is a famous saying from our opponent where they make a case. I think it was Dr. Bamiya that said that the evidence is on the face of the pink sheet. I have a pink sheet from you as EC. And from EC, the figures on the pink sheet that you've given to me shows that I've won in 31 polling stations. And if these 31 polling stations is added to the 110, it puts me ahead and I beat my opponent to 2,352. You know, a gap of 2,352. However, during the collation, we find out that the figures that is coming from the collation are different. So this is what we pointed out. You know, and it's surprising the stance they're taking because my opponent's agents were in the room at the time and they had agreed. In fact, the suggestion, from what I understand, came from them. I didn't initially agree that the 31 police stations be set aside because I knew that this was my numbers. I was going to be disadvantaged. You know, so I mean, it wasn't a case. We still stand that. I mean, if the 31 police stations with the pink sheet that we have given to us by the ECs, anything to go by, we would have won the election. We would have won the election, in fact. You know, and if it comes to Kaikwe Central, for instance, there are some police stations that the NDC has never ever won in these police stations. This time around in 2024, we won a number of these police stations. Interestingly, whilst everybody is there, pink sheet shows that you've won. You come to collation and the figures have been swapped.